Hey there, this is the One Boom, and for today's short video, I wanted to give my first impressions on Beta Weekend 2. Now, I'm a little bit under the weather, I don't feel 100%, I'm sort of fighting off some sort of bug or flu, I don't know, but my ambiguous illness aside, I did enjoy, to some extent, the first day of this second Beta Weekend. So, right off the bat, I am so happy that I was right about this. Black Ops Cold War looks miles better on the Xbox One X. On the PS4 Pro, I consistently complained in my videos and live streams that it almost looked last gen because of its very, very low resolution, bad anti-aliasing. It was hard to make out targets at a distance. I do not have that problem at all with the Xbox One X beta. Because I do not have the beta on my PS4 Pro anymore, if you guys want to tell me if they improve the graphics there as well, that'd be great. But the alpha and first beta weekend on the PS4 Pro, I don't know how to say this, but it was ugly. I guess I do know how to say it, it's just fucking ugly. So I'm happy to play it on the Xbox One X, and it just looks sharp and clean, and I can make out targets, it's very easy to see things, the lighting, the shadows, I can really appreciate the artwork, it's all a lot more clear, just across the board. And the performance is pretty good as well. I didn't really notice any massive frame drops or issues or lack of responsiveness. It felt very good to play, so I'm very, very happy to see that. I was also right when I assumed that I'd play a lot better with my Xbox Elite controller. Now, I haven't played with my Xbox controller in a while. I actually haven't been touching my Xbox games in a while because of last weekend I was just on PlayStation, and then this last week I was just sort of resting, and the only other game I played was Ghost of Tsushima, so you know what controller I used for that. But even after not using my Xbox controller for a while and feeling under the weather while streaming, I did much better. I just felt more consistent with my accuracy. And even though the accuracy that you're seeing in this gameplay is bad, I will get to that in a second, I do want to say it's miles more comfortable, and I felt more consistent at least. So yeah, no more blaming deaths on the awful DualShock controller. Sorry guys, it's just not a good controller for FPS games, you can't convince me otherwise. But yeah, my Elite controller configuration worked fantastically, I just felt very, very confident. So the game running and looking better, and a controller that I'm more comfortable with, just personally, subjectively, its objective superiority aside. Either way, when it comes down to it, it unfortunately shined a big spotlight on the issues I had in the previous beta and the alpha. Despite this last pro I'm going to mention, which is that the hit detection does feel a lot better. I feel like I had a lot less phantom bullet bullshit. I actually felt like my shots were landing. I didn't feel like the game was hitching as much. It just felt more consistent. It felt more finished. So I'm very happy about that. But it shined a light on the issue I had about the longer time to kill mixed with a high headshot multiplier and no flinch, which makes gunfights, it just makes them feel like absolute coin tosses. Because recoil can end your life, because somebody jump shotting or sliding can really screw up a gunfight, and it just feels clunky. It's really hard to get consistent, smooth gunfights going, at least it was for me. And overall, I hate to say it, I just am not happy with the gunplay because I already know how I have to adapt to it, and I just don't look forward to doing so. If you guys want, either during this weekend or after this weekend, I will do a video about how to get better at Cold War's gunplay. Because there is a trick to it, and it's interesting, but I don't enjoy it. Either way, this game is going to have a drastically different gameplay flow than other COD games. That's going to take a while to adjust to, so just the sort of adjustment period is going to be hard enough. But I do think that the high headshot multiplier really adds a lot of inconsistencies to gunfights because sometimes I just get melted, other times I get to have back and forth gunfights where me and my enemies trade shots, but sometimes they go on a little bit too long and it feels like the time to kill is too long. It's a bit of a mess. So yeah, that issue is sort of persisting in this beta here, even though the hit detection does feel better. And again, I'm playing with a controller I'm comfortable with, I'm playing on a console that is just outperforming the one I was previously playing on. It still just doesn't feel right. And my other buddy said the same thing on his first couple hours of the beta. He was like, the headshot multiplier and the no flinch and the longer time to kill, it combines into a really weird mess. Gunfights feel like a bit of a coin toss, and that, again, that could just be the adjustment period, but I do think it's just the inherent quality of when you and an enemy start shooting at each other, you landing the first shot really matters not at all. And if they have a faster time to kill weapon than you do, you're just kind of screwed. It makes it feel like there's no margin for error, so it feels like it's a really good thing for PC players because mouse and keyboard is more precise, but on console, you know, analog sticks aren't that precise, so yeah, I don't know why I like my controller for Call of Duty. I've always just enjoyed Call of Duty on controller. I think Call of Duty plays a little awkwardly on PC, just in the sense that the gunplay is clearly designed around analog sticks, and a keyboard and mouse just makes it far too easy. And even though I spent the entirety of Modern Warfare's lifecycle with crossplay on, I might turn it off for Cold War because the time to kill and the headshot multiplier and the lack of flinch means that a PC player is going to have a lot more advantages here. Whereas in Modern Warfare, even some of the worst guns in the game could still kill people very, very quickly. So if you got the drop on a PC player, you got the drop on a PC player, whereas I feel like that's going to mean a lot less now. And with crossplay on during this first day of the second weekend of the beta, I noticed it right off the bat that PC players are going to have a lot of advantages that controller users won't have. And you might say, boohoo, just get a PC. I'm not going to boohoo, I'm going to turn off crossplay. We really need input-based matchmaking here. I would love to play with PC players, but as long as they are also using a controller. I don't mind fighting a PlayStation user because they're also using a controller. So the last two things in my first impressions list are aim assist and the Dirty Bomb game mode. When it comes to aim assist, I'm gonna say it, something is awkward, something is weird, something is delayed. There's something about the aim assist that just feels wrong. I know that some people think aim assist is aimbot, but those of us that actually use it and have working brain cells know that it is in no way automatically locking on and winning us gunfights. It just helps make up for the shortcomings of an analog stick. So when it's fighting you and just feels awkward, I don't know. Like, my friend was mentioning that he just kept sweeping over targets, like the slowdown wasn't actually ever kicking in, and I didn't experience that in Black Ops 4 or World War II, I didn't experience that in Modern Warfare, or any recent Call of Duty game where, yeah, you just kind of sweep your sight over somebody, like there's no aim assist bubble around them at all. But I don't really like big aim assist bubbles. I really, when it comes to aim assist, just need to reiterate, precision aim assist and linear response curve need to come back. Precision aim assist in Modern Warfare kicks in after you've aimed on your target. So once your sight is on the target, then you get that sensitivity slowdown. You don't have massive amounts of rotation when you move your feet. It just works so much better. I hate it when the game is trying to desperately slow down and throttle my aim because it thinks I can't handle it. Once my sight is on a person, I want it to slow down so I can target their head, so that I can adjust when they start to move a little bit easier. I don't like it in close quarters when somebody comes up to me, I aim a little bit to their left and it starts slowing me down and the gunfight just feels fucked because of it, and I slow down too far away from the target. So precision needs to come back, and linear response curve is just so much more intuitive for me, and a lot of other people like linear as well, and that just means that your movement on the analog stick is more directly interpreted in the game, so there's no weird slowdown or move or pull on your analog stick. It's not trying to throttle or look accelerate, it's just taking your raw data from the analog stick and putting it in the game. I love linear so much. It made Modern Warfare on my Elite controller feel like a dream. So yeah, that's a bit of a miss. There's definitely something wrong with the aim assist. It just seems buggy, it seems delayed. Sometimes I'll aim at somebody and then they'll run away and then I get a pull after they've left my screen. There's weird shit like that. It just doesn't seem like it's working properly or consistently. So the next thing is the Dirty Bomb game mode, and to put this shortly, I like it, it's fun, it's kind of an interesting take on a Battle Royale style formula. You're basically playing Plunder. It's like quads Battle Royale, like quads in Warzone, but with respawns and objectives, so like Plunder. And you can respawn on your teammates if they're not dead, so it's kind of like Ground War. It's an interesting game mode. You essentially land on a map Battle Royale style, collect uranium, and then blow up dirty bombs for points. It's kind of cool. It's a little objectives, and you kill enemies, and it's fun. And yeah, it's cute. It's unique. I don't see myself playing a whole lot of it. In fact, it kind of made me miss Ground War. Like, the game's not even out yet, and I'm already sort of missing Ground War for Modern Warfare. I would love to see a more fully realized Ground War, and it kind of feels like this is replacing that. And because it's such a niche game mode and it's so chaotic and clusterfucky, it just makes me miss Ground War. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. That's everything I have to say. Those are all my little first impressions after playing a good couple of hours today. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye. There really is nothing else to talk about. How fucking sad.